Students, we were doing your chapter 6 and up to now we have completed in animal tissues, epithelial tissue, all types are cleared and discussed. Then connective tissue we have completed in our previous lecture. Now today we are going to discuss the next muscular tissue which is present in our body and its type, and the last tissue, that is nervous tissue, or we call it as neuron also. So let us discuss first muscular tissue. Okay, up to now we have completed this connective tissue and epithelial tissue. Now if we talk about muscular tissue, so muscular tissues are generally elongated cells that are made up of muscle fiber. Okay, and these tissues are responsible for movement in our body. So the muscular tissues, they contain special protein called contractile protein, which contract or relax to cause movement. Okay, so if we see the characteristic that it have muscle fiber, and this muscle fiber have a special type of protein which is called contractile protein, which contract and relax to bring movement inside the muscles. Students, we have three type of this muscle tissue. First one is striated, then unstriated, and then cardia. We will discuss it one by one. If you see that we can move some muscles by our conscious will, means whenever we want to move our limb or our hand, our leg, then we can move. That depends upon our choice, that whether we want to move it, stop it, or give rest to it. So such type of muscles are called voluntary muscles. Voluntary means which work according to our will. And these type of muscles are also called skeletal muscles, as they are mostly attached to bones and help in body movements. If we see under the microscope, you can see here in a diagram also that in such type of muscles we see usually alternate light and dark band, or we can say these are the striations present approximately. Okay, we can say stains also. So as a result they are called striated muscles. Okay, and if we see their characteristics, they are long, cylindrical, and we can't see any branch here, so we will say that it is unbranched, and multinucleated. Multinucleated means having many nuclei. Okay, so these striated muscles are having the name skeletal muscle also, voluntary muscles also, since they move according to our will, and therefore they are called striated muscles also. Then come to the next type, that is unstriated. The movement of our food in our digestive tract, or we can say in our alimentary tract, the contraction and relaxation of blood vessels are involuntary, means they are not under our control. We cannot control the digestion of our food and a movement of our blood vessels, isn't it? So if those muscles which are not in our control, they are called smooth muscles, or we can say involuntary muscles, or the another name given to them is unstriated muscles. And where they are found, usually they are found in iris of our eye, in our ureters, and in our bronchs. Where bronchs are located, they are located in our lungs, or we can say the main branch by which after partition our lungs are connected, they are called bronchs. So these cells are long. You can see that they are having pointed end, or we can say they are spindle shaped and uninucleated. Uninucleated means having only one type of nucleus. So they are called unstraighted muscles, as well as we can say smooth muscles and involuntary muscles. We can give three names to these unstraighted muscles. Then comes the turn of cardiac muscles. The muscles of our heart, they show rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout the life. And without any fatigue, such type of muscles move inside our human heart. So, therefore, they are called cardiac muscles, and we can say they are involuntary muscles also. They are not moving according to our will. So, heart muscles are cylindrical, branched, and uninucleated. Uninucleated means they don't have more nucleus, only one nucleus is present. So I think the muscular tissue is clear to you. Their functions are clear and their types are clear. Stated muscles. Stated muscles, another name given to it is voluntary muscles. Then unstated, involuntary muscles. And cardiac also involuntary muscles, but they are present in our human heart, whereas the unstated muscles are present in our this iris and ureters and our lungs. So let us talk now about their characteristics. Here I have framed difference between such type of muscles. You can see easily the structures are given to you, how they are located also, and their working also is explained well here. Okay, then a small recap questions are also there. Name the tissue responsible for movement. So the tissue responsible for movement is muscle tissue. What is the role of contractile protein? They help in movement. Specific function of cardiac muscle, they usually work without any fatigue and they show rhythmic contraction and relaxation. Then why are skeletal muscles called straighted muscles? Since they have strains inside the muscles, therefore they are called straighted muscles. They have the dark and light strains inside it. So like this other questions also you can solve. Now come to discuss, let us discuss now nervous tissue, the last tissue of your chapter, that is nervous tissue. The cell of nervous tissues are also called nerve cell or neuron, and these neuron help all other cells to show the ability to respond against any stimuli. What are stimuli? Stimuli means the conditions by which any organism or any part of our body responds. Okay, so if we see their function, they are highly specialized tissue and they help in transmitting the stimulus or the conditions from one place to another. They help in control of all the activities and they are responsible for sending the information from our sensory organs to the brain. And their location, they are located at brain, at our spinal cord and nerves, and they that make our nervous tissue. And structure, if we discuss about the structure, then its structures look like a tree with branches coming out of it. Our neuron or nerve cell have three parts. First one is cytone. Cytone means having nucleus and cytoplasm. And the another one is a single long part that is called axon, carrying message away from cytone. And the last and the short branch part is called dendrites. Dendrites which carry message towards cytone. So I think the nervous tissue is clear to you. This was the last tissue present in your chapter. So we can we can do the in-text question answers also. That the tissue responsible for movement we have done, muscle tissue. What does a neuron look like? It look like a small tree. What are the features of cardiac muscles? They show rhythmic contraction and relaxation. They are involuntary in nature and they work without any fatigue. Then what are the function of arterial tissue? The arterial tissues help in filling the space between different muscles. So I think this chapter is clear to you. We have completed all type of animal tissues and plant tissues. So if you have any query, you may ask in live class. So thank you and have a nice day.